Yeah, guys. So let's get started with the first session in C
Yes.
language. So before start C programming, we should know some basics of uh, programming. Like if you know the organization of computer, then you can understand what is C language. Okay, where C stands exactly. So all these things you will understand once you know the organization of computer. So we are starting today with the organization of computer. Then we will continue with different types of programming languages, and then we will see organization of computer. Okay, so what is this organization of computer contains means? So most of us know a computer organization is divided into two types, right? Like when you are asking anybody uh, if they are working in IT industry, we will ask one question, right? That is, are you working in hardware or software? Guys, have you heard of these terms like hardware and software? Hardware, software. Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
think better to draw it in paintbrush so that it will be good to see. Okay, so in every organization of computer, so what is this all about is organization of computer. Okay, so we are talking about organization of computer now, in which this is divided into something like a hardware and software. So this is a computer. So actually, this was a question asked in one of the universities, guys. Don't take it as light, because one of my student made a call, and he told me that because of this, I wrote one question, 6 marks question, so that it is helped him to write it that question. So what is this computer organization is divided into? As I said, we have two major parts like hardware and software. Okay. So the first thing is hardware. I'm taking hardware, and the second one is software. Okay. So can anyone say what is hardware, guys? Meaning of hardware, computer hardware, or yeah, what you know about computer hardware? Anybody?
Monitor, keyboard, laptop, PC.
Okay, good, good. So hardware is nothing but a collection of physical components, guys. Okay, collection of physical components. So what about software? Anybody?
Applications, documents.
Yeah, yeah. This is, yeah, applications and data comes under software. Okay. So in this way, we divide the whole organization of computer into two types: software and hardware. So the people who are working in IT industry might be the part of either software or hardware. Of course, we have other streams as well. We are majorly, focusing on these things nowadays. Again, in hardware, people will say we are working in networking. Okay, some people will say they are in cloud. Like that, there are different terminologies, but major division of computer organization is two, that is hardware and software. So what is hardware here? Hardware is a collection of, it is a collection of physical components.
Sir, your voice is kind of low, sir.
Okay, one second, let me check. Excuse me. So is it okay now?
Sir.
It's a collection of physical components. So physical components means it includes like electric parts, electronic parts, and electromechanical parts. Electromechanical. Okay, these are all comes under hardware, guys. Okay, like as you said, physical components means example all the things like monitor, keyboard, mouse. Okay, CPU. So whatever you see in computer physically, what you can see and feel by touch, all are called as hardware. Okay, and then so this is said to be the physical components, guys. Coming to the electric parts, like you can see some electric parts inside the CPU. Okay, and you will see some electronic parts. Okay, like CMOS battery will be there. Okay, and all RAM, ROM. These are all comes under a motherboard. Okay, so whatever. So these are all comes under electric and electronic parts, guys. Okay, coming to electromechanical parts like hard disk. Okay, so whatever, like USB drive, this all comes under, okay, electromechanical parts. Okay, so these all will be comes under hardware, guys. So this all comes under hardware. So if you ask anybody who is working with repairing computer, any issues, troubleshooting of computer, okay, or any part is gone, I mean troubleshooting means if any part is repaired, they are repairing or they are replacing with the new one. These all people are called as hardware. Okay, there are so many people in IT industry working in hardware. I mean, if you are interested, definitely you can learn it and you can go for it. There are so many courses available under hardware, like hardware networking courses like CCNA certification will be there. There they will teach you all things about hardware, how computer works, how each part like RAM, ROM, processor. They will explain everything about it. So this all comes under hardware, guys. Okay. So coming to the next category, which is very important, is said to be software. So what is software? If you see, it's a collection of virtual components. It's not physical components, guys. You can't see software physically, you can't feel by touch. You can see, you might see or you might not see, but you can't feel by touch physically. So that is called as software. Like so I'm using a software called Windows 11, or I'm using something called C language, I'm using something called .NET, or I'm using something called Java, or I'm using something called Salesforce. These all comes under softwares. So software is nothing but a collection of virtual components, whereas hardware is just opposite to it, collection of physical components which you can see and can feel by touch. But here the virtual components you can't see and can't feel by touch. Of course you may see some applications what you are using right now, like Windows, okay, operating system, MS Office. Okay, these are all comes under software. So what it includes? It includes like data and programs, or you can say applications. Okay, so that is said to be a software is all about. So what is the definition of software? Means it's a collection of data and programs, like that we can also say. Software definition, if anyone asks you what is software, software is a collection of data and programs, like that you can see. This is what definition for software. Okay, now the question comes, so what kind of software? Again, is there any division of software? Means yes, we have two more division of software. Like this software is again divided into two types: application software and system software, guys. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller. So this software is again divided into two: application software and system software. Application software and system software. So let's make it as 20. System software. So what is system software, which is also called as OS, guys, operating system. In shortcut we call it as OS, operating system. So I hope you know most of the people heard of system software or operating system, right? Anybody can tell what is operating system or system software? Any guess? What is operating system? OS. Like you maybe heard of OS in mobile also, right? Guys, anybody?
Windows,
Yeah.
Linux,
Okay. So these are all examples you
Mac
tell.
OS also.
Sir,
Yeah.
system software means it is used to run computers hardware applications.
Yeah, good, very good. So it is used to make use of all the
Hardware
hardware
applications of
components.
computer.
Okay, that is called as system software. So system software, it is also called as operating system. In short, we call it as OS. Okay, in short, we call it as OS. OS means operating system. What is the use of OS actually? So OS or operating system is a bridge between user and physical components of the computer. That is called OS, operating system. So whatever physical components you are using, like keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, whatever you are using, all these gadgets or devices are able to interact with you or user with the help of operating system only. Okay. So without OS, you can't do anything. You can't utilize the components of the computer. That's why it's the basic, or some people will call it as it's a platform or foundation. Okay, so it's like a platform. It is like a base for any computer software. Okay, if you want to install any software, the first and important or prerequisite for any computer is OS. Okay, so first we have to install OS in our computer or laptop, whatever. Then only we can install any other softwares. Guys, are you understanding? Like when you are buying
Yes.
any mobile, so first you should have one operating system, right? And one OS is pre-installed. Pre-installed means they already installed something like Android, or it might be iOS. Okay. Again, they will tell you the version number also, right? Android 13, or like iOS 17, whatever 18, like that they'll mention the version number also. So we should have operating system or OS or system software should be installed before installing any other software. Okay, so that is the base for any computer or mobile, guys, smartphone, whatever you say. For every mobile, smartphone, computer, laptop, tablet, for all the things, what is the important thing here? OS. So OS is a bridge between physical components of computer, I mean hardware, and the user who is using. So without this system software or operating system, we can't install any other softwares in computer. That is the first thing we need to understand. Again, in this system software or OS, we can divide into further two more categories. Okay, so most of the people knows the one category, but now once you enter into your BTech or BE, you will come to know the second category also, guys. The first category here is UI, which is said to be a character user interface. Okay, this is the first category I'm showing, and the second category is something like a GUI, which stands for graphical user interface. These are the two categories of operating systems we have in IT industry, guys. So what is this CUI is all about? CUI stands for CUI. It stands for character user interface. Character user interface. So it is also called as CLI, guys. CLI, which is said to be command line interface. Okay. So in this way, people will call it as CLI, command line interface, or character user interface. So what do we do here? Here we need to, user need to give some commands in from the keyboard. Okay, from keyboard, user need to give some instructions. Those instructions are nothing but commands. Okay, so user have to type, every user need to type some commands. Okay, they have, they have to type some commands like characters. I mean to say characters, guys. Character user interface means we need to type commands in form of characters. So without using keyboard, he cannot do anything in CUI. That's the important thing you need to remember. So without using keyboard, okay, user cannot do any operation in CUI. That's the first and foremost thing you need to remember. So very beginning, almost all operating systems, they started with CUI only, guys. Later on, they started inventing like graphical user interface. So examples of these character user interface are initially like Unix was, Unix and Linux operating systems are introduced in CUI first. Of course, MS-DOS is also one of the examples. DOS stands for disk operating system. Okay, so Unix and Linux are other operating systems which are famous today. Like Unix is old operating system, guys, but nowadays most of the people are using Linux. Some people will call it as Linux, but it is the correct pronunciation is Linux. Okay, so DOS stands for disk operating system. It's a Microsoft product, guys. MS-DOS. People will call it as MS-DOS. DOS stands for disk operating system. Okay, this is said to be DOS. So which is written by Bill Gates at the age of 13. He started, he wrote this DOS actually. So that was the history of DOS operating system, and it's inbuilt available in what you call Windows operating. Windows, you can see that actually. Okay. So coming to the second category, guys, GUI, which is very famous. It stands for graphical,
Graphical
yeah,
graphical user interface.
interface. Very good. Graphical user interface, in which user can give instructions by using mouse or touch or whatever. Okay, by using mouse or any other pointing device. So there is no compulsory rule that he or she need to use keyboard. Of course, you can use keyboard as well, guys. There is no rule. But with mouse or any other device, like by touch screen, you can use joystick, whatever. So you need not use characters or commands like whatever we did in CUI. Okay. So in CUI, you have to by heart some commands so that you can make use of it. But in GUI, you need not use commands. Okay, you can just use mouse, or if it is touch screen, means you can use your finger to touch or to open any application. Okay, you can give some instructions without you typing any commands. So there is no need to type by heart some commands. Here we need to by heart some commands. Okay, some commands which are frequently used. Okay, here we need not remember any commands. Here we need not give any commands through keyboard. Of course, we use keyboard for the shortcuts to make our work easier. We can use shortcut keys, guys. There is no rule, but it's not compulsory to use shortcut keys. That's the point we need to remember. Okay, keyboard. Okay, so that's all about GUI, guys. Examples for GUI, anybody? Graphical user interface examples like Windows, whatever 11 you are using, 10, whatever version. Okay, and Mac OS. Okay,
Linux.
yeah, in Linux also. Linux is having both CUI and GUI together. Okay, so these are all comes under
Sir, Windows 10, Windows
yeah, of
10
course,
mobile version.
all Windows flavors like Windows 11, 10, okay, 8, whatever
Sir,
version. Windows means Windows
Fire,
both, all.
Firefox OS.
Firefox is, recently they may be introduced, but yeah,
Yeah, for smartphones, sir.
smartphones. Okay, okay. So, but for computers, mostly these are the, of course, we have some other operating systems like Solaris, Sun Solaris, Solaris, okay, Sun, operating system actually. There are so many operating systems, guys, like CentOS, okay. There are so many operating systems are there apart from mobile operating systems like Android and these things. These are all also GUI, like whatever you see, you will see graphics. Okay, that is said to be GUI. So these all comes under you know different operating. I think Solaris was also in CUI mode. I don't exactly remember, but these are all different operating systems you can use. Okay, so GUI, CUI. So if you are trying to learn anything or you want to go to US to become software engineer, you must have knowledge on all these, both CUI and GUI. You should have knowledge on these two. Then only it's easy for you to continue or your studies, or if you want to do any job, you must have knowledge on both CUI and GUI. You should learn one Linux kind of CUI operating system, and one GUI like Windows 11 or Mac OS or anything. If you know these two, that's enough, guys. Okay, anyhow, most of the people are familiar with Windows flavors like Windows 10 or 8 or whatever, because we might use in our school systems, desktop computers, or in your laptop at home. All will have Windows only, most of the cases. And if you want to learn any other extra GUI, you can go for Mac. It's really beautiful and impressive. And coming to CUI, better to learn Linux, guys, because Linux administration, there are so many opportunities for Linux admins and cloud. If you want to become network engineer or any ethical hacking, for all these things, people will use Linux only. So that's why you should have knowledge on Linux, and you should have knowledge on any GUI like Mac and Windows. Okay, that's all about system software or operating system, guys. So now we are moving to the second category of you know uh, application software. Okay, we are talking about application software. So what is this application software is all about is what kind of applications you are using in your computer. Those are categorized into again two more types. Those are called packages and languages. Okay, these are the two subcategories of application software. So first one is package or packages and languages. Okay, there are two categories we have: packages and languages. So now you are learning language, right? C language. So it comes under application software. Okay, so languages and packages, these are the two categories: languages and packages. So let's talk about the first thing, that is package first. What is package and how it works? Okay, we'll discuss these things, guys. So what is package first of all? So in application software, we have two categories. So what is this application software? On top of operating system, we will install different types of applications. These comes under application software. Okay, yeah. So after installing any operating system, it might be CUI or GUI, then you need to think about different types of packages and languages that we are going to use. Guys, if you see your mobile, like Android mobile or iOS mobile, what we do, everyone will buy a new mobile, or maybe iOS or Android, whatever. After that, they will install different softwares according to their use. Of course, common softwares or apps will be common, right? Apart from the common apps, they will install the required softwares or apps in their mobile. Same way, in every laptop that we buy, okay, like different type of students will be there. Like if you go to BTech, you may have different streams, right? Computer engineer, CSC, computer science students, electronics, EC students, triple E students, mechanical, civil. According to their branch and their course, they will install their own softwares, guys. So those are said to be the packages and languages that they are going to use. Packages and languages. So now we are talking about packages. So what is package? So package is a collection of uh, you know pre or well developed applications. It's a collection of well developed applications or groomed applications. Okay, so what is this well developed applications means? uh, in packages, if we give in any package, if we give few instructions or some instructions, remaining instructions will be taken care by the application itself. Remaining instructions or commands will be taken care by application itself. Care by the application itself. Okay. So your work will be easy, guys. You are giving something, it will be done by something else. I mean, the application will help you to do remaining things. You need not give each and every instruction. That is the advantage of package. Okay. So in packages, with less efforts, you can finish so many things. Like example for packages are what do you call, MS Office is example, best example for packages. And accounting packages are there, like Tally. Okay, Tally is accounting package. And there are so many packages like SAP. Okay, SAP software is there, and there are so many packages are available, guys. These packages make your life easy. Of course, like MS Office, there are so many Open Office is also there. That is also another example of Open Office. Okay, this is there mostly in Linux and other operating systems. OpenOffice.org, like that people will call. So these are said to be packages. MS Office is most widely everybody knows, like MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are all comes under MS Office, guys. Coming to Open Office, similar to MS Office only, but it is open source software. Everybody can download and install for free. You need not buy license for it. So that is why most of the people will use, like in Linux and Unix operating systems, people will go for Open Office. Of course, you can use that Open Office in Windows also, guys. So Tally is mostly used for accounting purpose, like who are working in accounting, like chartered accountants, CA, ICAA people, BCom, MCom guys, MBA people. They will be working with Tally for accounting purpose, ERP applications, and SAP also comes under ERP package software, guys. This all comes under packages. So if you learn any package, so as a beginner learner, it's very easy to learn, and your efforts will be less. Okay, and you will have, if you have knowledge on it, it's very easy to play with the packages. So coming to the languages is concerned, so in languages, you can, with a language is used to develop your own application. applications. Your own applications or softwares. Whatever application or software you want to develop, you can use any one language. So without any language, you can't develop anything in the computer, guys. Okay. So what is the advantage of language? You can write your own code to develop your own application. Okay. In languages, we need to give all the instructions, to develop any application. Okay. If you want to develop any application or program, you should give each and every instruction. Like you're writing a song or poem, right? Okay. In you are using any language. It might be what is the use of normal languages, guys, like Telugu, Hindi, English. Okay. What is the use of these communicative languages? So anybody, guys, what is use of the languages like Hindi, English, Telugu? They're all used for talking to people, right? You can talk to people. You can communicate with anybody if you know any language. Okay. If you don't know any language, definitely you can't talk to anybody. For example, you saw a person who knows some language like Urdu. Okay. You don't know that Urdu language, definitely you can't speak. Okay. So no of us, he knows English and I know English, then you can communicate with each other in English. So in that way, languages are allows, I mean, they are the tools which allows you to communicate with a computer. Okay. So you can develop your own application using any language. You can use any language, guys. There is no rule that you have to learn C language. It can be C language, C++, Python, Java. Okay. uh, C sharp, etc. These are all said to be different languages that you can use in order to develop your own applications. In fact, whatever we discussed so far, packages, these are also developed by using languages, guys. And whatever we discussed so far in the previous, like operating system, which is also known as system software, this is also developed using a language. So without programming language or language, whatever you call programming language or language, these are the key softwares to develop any other software. Okay. So you might get a question how these languages are again developed. So this is the task for you for today, guys. You Google it or go for chat gpt or copilot, whatever, search for it, how these programming languages are made. That is the question for today. Just go through Google or chat gpt, learn, understand, and tell me tomorrow. Okay. So without any programming language, you can't develop. So here I'm writing, guys, without any programming language. Okay. We can't develop any package or operating system or any app or any website, game, whatever. Everything is developed by using language, guys. Even virus also, virus software, people will develop some viruses, some hackers or somebody will use viruses, they will send to our computer, right? They will hack our machine or they will use some antivirus softwares. We will install antivirus software in order to save our computer from viruses. These are all made by languages, guys. Without using programming language, you can't develop anything. So if you want to if you learn programming language, okay, I can say with programming language. With programming language, we can develop all these things. We can develop any package or operating system or any application or website or game or virus, antivirus, etc. Whatever you see in computer, that can be made with the help of language. So why should I learn computer language or programming language? Because of this reason. So with programming language, you are able to develop any application. It may be package, language, even language also can be developed using a language, guys. what is that language that you need to search, and let me know tomorrow. Okay. So if you go to any software company, you ask them who are working in software industry, the people who are working in languages or coding, they are very good in terms of they'll get more opportunities and more salaries also. Okay. So that is why if you have knowledge on programming language, it will be more beneficial for your career, guys. That's why we should learn any one language from this list whatever I shown you. Of course, nowadays there are so many languages, like Google introduced the language called Go language. Go is the language which is released by Google. Okay. Go language. So like this, there are so many languages, guys. And Python is mostly popular today for its AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning. People will use Python. And C is the basic language for beginners, and it is used for so many system programming, like gaming. Okay, for all these things, system related programs like embedded programming, for all this C is used. Even with the C++, you will get a good job, guys, if you are interested in this industry, like embedded programming, if you like it. Some people who are in electronics field, electronics interested candidates, you can learn embedded C and C++, so that you will develop applications which are interacting with the devices or machines. Okay. So that you can start with any language. You can start with Python also, guys. There is no rule that you have to learn C language, but C language is the basic, and it will have so many features which are common to all these languages. So C++ again copied all the language features of C. Python is having again C language features. Java is having C language features. C Sharp is having C language features. Go language, like that. Everybody is copying the features of C language. So that is why if you know C very well, you can play with other languages. That is what we should remember, guys. Okay. So we are done with the organization of computer today. So we have discussed what is organization of computer. It is divided into hardware and software. Hardware is a collection of physical components, and software is a collection of virtual components. Again, this software is divided into two types: system software, OS, which is said to be OS, operating system, and application software. Just now we have discussed, like we have different packages and languages together. Packages are very easy to learn, like MS Office, because if you give few instructions, remaining will be taken care by the application itself. But whereas if you go to languages, they are used to develop any application, any customized software. If you want to develop, you must have the knowledge on languages. So these are the things we discussed today. Any questions, please let me know, guys. We are done with the session today.